Don't you just hate hearing advice from those folks who tell you to just start? Everybody's got to suck at something, but they're telling you way in their journey when they don't suck. Well, here's a curveball for you. Hear from somebody who sucks now, who's telling you to start. I'm not good at this. I suck, but I'm still going with it. And I'm telling you right now, it's actually pretty invigorating because guess what? Nobody's even watching me. So, I mean, maybe you are, but I don't have 60,000 people watching me trying to figure out how to be good. I have just a few, and I'm willing to take a few with me on this journey of trying to be a little bit better at this, embracing the suck and moving forward. We all suck at the beginning. I'm living proof of that. Look how stiff I was and am. But we're all getting better at it. I don't have the camera charisma I want. I don't communicate as well. I'm still trying to figure out my voice. If you're watching this now, you're watching me while I suck. But I'm going for it. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what we suck at and how we plan on getting better at it. You ever think to yourself, okay, I'll start when I'm a little bit better, when I'm a little bit more prepared, when I've worked the muscle? Well, I'm here to tell you after watching hours and hours of video on YouTube, YouTube University, shout out to YouTube University. I watched how to edit. I watched how to script. I watched how to put your lighting. I watched out how to everything. I watched everything. And yet, and still, I still suck at this. So let me tell you something. That day when everything will be just right, that Goldilocks, and I'm not saying perfect, that Goldilocks, that just right, will never come. You will never feel prepared to jump into this. But as I'm practicing more and more and more, I'm getting just a little bit better at this. So I sucked even worse last week than I sucked today, but today I still suck. And I'm fine with it. I am okay with that. I know I suck at this, but I am not procrastinating because waiting until everything is just right is just procrastination in disguise. I did it for almost a year trying to get better at this. And I didn't get better by just watching videos. I got better at practicing. I got better at working. I got better by working, I should say. And unfortunately, in this whole process of trying to get better and chasing perfection, I wasted 10 months of time where I could be looking back at my videos and saying, okay, this is where I could get better. This is where I can improve. I lost that time. So I'm telling you right now, if that's you who's waiting for that right time, it's never going to happen. Do something today because you can't get better until you're willing to be bad at first. Sound right? So let me hit you with my story for a little bit. Let me tell you a little bit more about my process to getting a little bit better before I start. A little coffee, decaf. So here's my story. Spent hours and hours watching YouTube videos, buying the lighting, buying the camera, learning how to edit. Is it CapCut? Is it iMovie? Learning how to script, learning from copywriters, watching their videos. What's the best framework for a script? All of that I did. And it didn't make me any better than I was at the first start, taking 85 takes. When I tell you I have 2,000 downloaded videos on my YouTube, 2,000. And that doesn't count even the ones that I watched. I've watched thousands of hours of video. My wife can tell you, trying to learn to be better. But you can't get better unless you practice. And when I finally did my first video, it was actually freeing. I spent 10 and a half months trying to get it right. And that time still never came where I got it right. But it was freeing to actually do something, to actually put it on wax, to actually get some ideas out, to actually see how good or how bad I really was. When was the last time that you told yourself it'd be freeing to know how bad you sucked at something? It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But again, It put a marker down so that I knew where I was starting from. I knew where I could get better. I knew my sound sucked. I knew my editing was terrible and was taking forever. I know my lighting is probably too harsh. I will get better at this. But my story doesn't end with my first video. My story doesn't end with my fourth video or my eighth video or my 80th video. My story will continue. I will continue to evolve with this YouTube thing because I am a high achieving man. I evolve. I look to get better. Now, I know on this journey I've got to stop chasing perfection, but I look to get better. I am chasing greatness. Now, I'm not getting held up on that greatness thinking that that's the end all be all. But I do want to get good at this thing because I think that it can affect many other parts of my life. Again, already it's helping me mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And I know from there it'll help me physically and financially. I will be the well-rounded Renaissance man, the high-achieving man, Mr. Right. When I talked about the freeing nature of sucking in the beginning, I mean, it's so freeing. It's almost like it's a superpower. Like I just leveled up. Like I just ate my mushroom on Super Mario Brothers. Like I just got big. Because the best part about this is that I know there's nowhere but up from here. I know I can't get any worse. 85 takes? I know I can't get any worse. I can only get better from here. That is freeing. That's my superpower. My superpower is knowing that I will be better. It's a superpower because I know that there's nowhere to go from here but up. My camera charisma can't get any worse. My editing can't get any worse. I mean, my lighting can get somewhat worse, but it is what it is at some point, you know? And maybe you're watching, but the world isn't watching. There's no weight of expectations on me. There's nobody in my comments telling me that I'm trash or anything like that. At least not yet. And even if they did, I am. I suck at this. I suck at this and I love it. That's the mindset of the high achieving man. The high achieving man knows that he will evolve, that he will get better. High achieving. I will get there without a doubt. And if you're watching this and wondering if there's something that you're trying to get better at, wondering whether you will get better at it, you will. The answer is yes. I don't care if it's a YouTube channel, a blog, a website, golf, basketball. If you keep practicing, if you keep putting in the work, you will be good. There's no doubt about it. You can take that to the bank and cash it. But being bad at it is the first step to being good. You've got to set the foundation. And it's kind of fun. The freedom of this is kind of fun. I'm having a great time just batch producing. I did my first day of batch producing today, and it's just pretty awesome. I never knew what that meant, but it is what it is. Just recorded 3 videos. And honestly, it's kind of fun. The freedom is fun. Who would have known that it could be fun to grow? Yeah, it's fun to grow. It's fun to get better. I don't care what it is that you're working at. I don't care what sport, what activity. If you practice, if you look to get just a little bit better every single day, it will be fun. That growth is fun. All right, so let's break it down. Here are a couple of takeaways in this video if there's something that you're looking to start. First of all, you will suck at it. Just get it out your mind. You're going to suck at it. Again, there's nothing that you've ever started on the first day and was great at it. And if you did start and you were great, didn't you know you could be better? Aren't you striving to get even better? Just know that there's a floor, and the first day that you do this is a marker. knowing exactly where you stand. But if you never start, then you never know where that first marker is. The second thing, progress over perfection. I might be chasing perfection, I just can't get it out of my head. But I'm also chasing progress. I'm chasing 1% better each and every time. I'm chasing just get a little bit better at this every single time I do this. And it might not be linear where every single time I'm just getting that much better. Some days I might get 2% better. Some days I might level out. Some days I might get 6% better. But I'm just choosing just to get a little bit better every single day because progress is greater than perfection. Third, comparison is a thief of joy. Stop comparing yourself to everyone else. Stop comparing yourself to me. Stop comparing yourself to the people who have been doing this for months and years. If you're thinking about getting just a little bit better every single time, imagine what they're doing. They've all thought the same things. And it would really be offensive to think that you can just jump into something and be just as good as they are after all the work they've put in. So stop looking at those videos and comparing yourself to everyone else's journey. Your journey is yours, my journey is mine. And it might take me 9 months. I hope it doesn't, but it might take me 9 years of doing this before I feel like I've gotten good. But in the process of those 9 months or 9 years, I will be improving. Know that. And the fourth thing, if it's YouTube, and I don't want to be one of those YouTubers who just says press record, but I am. Press record and go. Analysis by paralysis, or paralysis of analysis, or something like that. Just know that just sitting on the sidelines watching how to dribble a basketball, watching how to shoot a 3-point shot, watching doesn't get you any closer to actually being able to do it. You got to actually hit record, speak, publish. That's the only way to grow on this YouTube thing.